right now there's a lot of economic and financial uncertainty going on in the world. Um, I happen to live in the United States, and so, especially here right now, there's a lot of talks of tariffs and, possible economic recession and even, like possible economic depression, right? And the economy has been not good for quite some time. And it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. You know, a lot of people all over the world are struggling economically and financially. And so this discussion is not meant to minimize anyone's struggles. It's not meant to discredit or discount anyone's feelings regarding their, money situation. Just speaking for myself, you know, um, I have a wife, I have a daughter, I have a family to take care of, and we have been, thankfully we're in a pretty decent financial situation. We both work, but we still pretty much live paycheck to paycheck, and um, we've got our own financial worries and insecurities, and our daughter has a lot of medical issues, which is obviously, especially in America, an expensive thing. So everything I'm about to tell you is not meant to make you feel like you shouldn't have the emotions you're having, or that the anxieties and worries that you have are invalid or anything like that. So please don't hear what I'm not saying. But with all of this stuff going on, I think that it's important for people to have another perspective on it. And it's important to know how to navigate these stressful times and these stressful situations with wisdom and love and compassion. So that's the reason why I wanted to talk about these things today. And so the topic that we're going to be discussing today is how to use these situations for your spiritual benefit. Now, any words or descriptions or metaphors that I use to talk about these things, they're not going to be perfect. The words themselves are just signposts. They're just guideposts to a deeper truth and a deeper meaning. So, please try to hear the heart of the message that I'm giving you, and not just the words themselves. But so when we go through life and we have these stressors going on, maybe, for a lot of us, our paychecks, our money that we have isn't going as far as it used to. Maybe you lost a job, maybe you're like me and you have a family to worry about and take care of. Obviously you want to take care of them, give them a good life, right? And that's a very good thing and a very natural thing. And so it's natural for the body mind to, have anxiety and stress during times like this. That's a very natural thing. But there is, in fact, a way to go deeper and go beyond these surface level challenges. Now, when I say surface level, I don't mean, like vanity or looks and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that kind of surface level. I'm talking about our actual lives, our tangible material lives, are surface level in the sense that they are manifestations of something greater. And the something greater is the infinite being that underlies all situations, all forms, all material world, everything. Anything that happens in the material world is a pointing to something deeper. And that deeper thing is our infinite being, our infinite awareness that is untouched and unvarnished by anything that happens in life. So, on a basic level, anything in the material world, anything that happens in your day-to-day life that you can see and feel and touch is actually a proof or as I said before, a manifestation of a deeper reality, which is oneness. All of the multiplicity of everything comes out of that oneness. And so on that level, anything can be used to point you back to God, back to oneness, back to whatever word you want to use. And so when you find yourself suffering, right? When you find yourself buying so deep and so much into these anxieties and worries about everything, and you catch yourself suffering, you see the ego mind body paradox. You see that entity diving deeper and deeper into despair and worry and just this constant anxiety and what's going to happen and all these things. That's actually a very wonderful spiritual teacher, because that suffering is showing you exactly where you're caught, where you're attached, where the ego mind has placed its sense of, contentment or joy or whatever. So when you see that your money is going down, or like I said, your paycheck's not going as far as it used to, or the economy is taking a dip, or you can't afford the things that you used to be able to afford. As I said, on one level, it's totally normal to have emotions about that and to worry about that. That's a totally normal thing. But on a deeper level, on a spiritual level, those things are pointing you towards something greater. They're pointing you towards a reality that you are actually caught in this material world, that maybe you didn't realize it, but you're actually placing your ultimate contentment and ultimate joy and ultimate satisfaction on this changing reality that, no matter how stable it seems, is never actually truly stable. Our life situations, the things that we go through in life are always going to be changing, and sometimes they're going to be really good and really pleasant, and sometimes, like now, maybe they're going to be challenging and difficult and hard to deal with. But the truth of the matter is, all of the things that we experience, they're all just manifestations of the one true reality. They're arising out of something. They are not actually real or solid as much as they seem to be. The only real and solid thing that we can, quote unquote, hold on to is our inner being, our inner consciousness that never changes, that is always constant. No matter what happens around us or what happens in our lives, that inner being, that inner awareness is present 24/7. In fact, for that consciousness, time doesn't actually exist. The material world doesn't actually exist in that sense. The only thing that is ever really true and really solid is our inner being. And so, it's easy to get caught up in the world of form, but that formless dimension of ourselves is always present, always available to us. It's not something that we have to strive to get or understand or reach for. It is always there within ourselves. And we can access it simply by letting go of our attachment to everything that we're attached to. Only the ego mind can be attached to things. But our one true self, the one true self that we all share, that we all are and all are a part of, cannot actually be attached to anything. And to become one with that inner self again, all it takes is a simple letting go of all of the things that you find yourself attached to and worrying about. And so today, as you go about your life and you find yourself worrying, stressing, all I ask is that you come back to this present, ever present now that is always here. And the point of the now is not whatever situation or manifestation that you're experiencing of this world in this moment, but it's actually the infinite possibility, the infinite capacity of this present moment to accomplish and encapsulate within itself any and everything. The now, the here, the being, whatever word you want to call it, is not something. It is nothing. And within it contains everything. And all you have to do to come back to that is simply let go of all of the fake and seemingly real but actually not things of yourself that you think will make you happy that never will. So come back to this present moment, remember who and what you are, and have a clear seeing of everything happening, not just your life situations, but the anxieties and all of it. Welcome all of it, see all of it, be aware of all of it, but don't push any of it away. Simply be with all of it, because all of it is contained within you. And when you are able to be with any and every emotion or experience without pushing any of it away, you will see that that joy and that peace and that contentment that you're so striving for in this world was actually here all along. It never left. In fact, it is who and what you are. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I wish you well in this material world, but more importantly, I wish you well in your heart and in your spirit. Thanks for watching. Bye.